Burman एक आदि is known in the world of Hindi cinema as a unique musician whose entire work has been a rebellion of deviation from the world of traditional film music. The music of Adi can be analyzed in this sense that when in the latter half of the 1960th century we had become accustomed to the traditional tones steeped in folk and classical flavor. At that time began the music era of Rahul Dev Burman, which was full of a completely new attitude and youthful sensibility. Another thing that always gave Pancham relief was that he got the company of legendary musical like S.D. Burman, who fortunately was his father. Many interesting tones can be seen simultaneous in Adi Burman's musical life. The entire philosophy of his musician life seems to be standing between the subtleties in his work and the complexities that come into it. The struggle to completely change the form of these tones according to the new trend, besides creating very beautiful tones in the classical style, and the intention of SD to run on a new road by leaving behind the tried and tested path that has been successful but has reached its limits. Adi Burman can also be called a revolutionary musician who started a new trend by proving the prevalent beliefs of film music to be old and stale to some extent. If you want to highlight the creatively transformative times in film music, we will find that his work has been created in the last century by Master Ghulam Haidar through Khazansi, Shankar Jaikishan through Barsat, O.P. Nayyar through Naya Daur, Adi Burman through Teesri Manzil, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, and A.R. Rahman through Roja. We all know that Rahul Dev Burman revolutionary music reached the pinnacle of success in the film world at a time when his father S.D. Burman's work was also at its peak. It is important to note that Adi, who was successful in creating his own unique style with a film like Teesri Manzil, had already created a great creative fame in his own house in 1965 through Dada Burman's Guide. In a gap of 1 year, cinema lovers were able to witness two important musical films whose form and taste were completely different under S.D. V.S. Adi. After the successful of some major films released in the decade from 1961 to 1970, Teesri Manzil, Baharon Ki Sapne, Paroshan, Pyar Ka Mausam, and Kati Patang, Adi Burman composed music in such abundance that the number of films composed by him surpassed the number of films directed by his father. In such a case, the meaningful films that come after 1970 from the point of view of music era, Amar Prem, Buddha Mil Gaya, Karwa, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Paraya Dhan, Jawani Diwani, Parichay, Rampur का लक्ष्मण, अनामिका, हीरा पन्ना, यादों की बारात, आपकी कसम, आंधी, खुशबू, खेल खेल में, हम किसी से कम नहीं, किनारा, घर, द ग्रेट गम्बलर, झूठा, कहीं का, आंचल, खूबसूरत, सितारा, कुदरत, लव स्टोरी, रॉकी, सनम तेरी कसम, आमने सामने, मासूम, अगर तुम न होते, बेताब, सनी, मंजिल, मंजिल, सागर, इजाद, लिबास, and 1942, a love story. There is hardly any film among the above mentioned film whose music is not on the lips of music lovers. The well-thought-out, experimental, and new direction-seeking music ideology of these films has provided so many good and successful turns to Hindi film music that it is not possible to give a series of examples of the same in this short comment. To understand the main element of R.J.D. Burman's serious and revolutionary music, we will have to discuss some of his beliefs which somewhere have influenced the mind of this musician and have also played a leading role in deciding his direction. For example, we have already discussed that the musical upbringing that Pancham received from his family has enriched him with extensive knowledge and understanding of classical and folk music. In this sense, it is relevant to know that he had been working with ST as an assistant music director since 1955, which in some way contributed to his initial inspiration. In his younger day, he had also taken some lesson in tabla from the tabla player Baje Biswas, who was a brilliant artist despite being blind and who developed an instrument called Braj Tarang. In the late 50s, he also learnt the nuances of tabla from Pandit Samta Prasad Gudai Maharaj in Bombay. Apart from this, he also learnt scold from Ustad Ali Akbar Khan while staying in Calcutta, but more than learning sarod, he was interested in Dutch long meeting where Ustad Ali Akbar Khan and Pandit Ravi Shankar used to practice jugadbandi of sarod and sitar with each other. R.D. Burman himself has accepted on many occasions with great humility that he got ample ideas and reasoning for his music due to the proximity of these two great artists during their jugalbandi practice in Calcutta.